Elden Ring's gone open world. Dark Souls has gone open world. It's new. They're ruining it. They're putting all these in between sections in my levels, and so I just tune it all out at this point.
Right.
True.
Quentin here. I'm fine, babe.
This is Ethan. Nah, I'm gonna go.
Don't worry, Devin's here.
This is time. Let's rock and roll.
Welcome to the Power Up Brothers podcast, where four of us brothers, actual brothers, get together around a table that it haunts me in my nightmares, and we talk about video games.
It's true.
Except no substitutions. Don't go to any of those fake brothers podcasts where they try to convince you that they're really brothers. But
there are other channels called Power Up Brothers, but I've watched their videos and they're not real brothers. They're just they're just buddies.
They are real power-ups, though.
They're real power-ups.
They are. Power-ups are real, whereas on here they're fake.
Yeah.
People actually they're not. People assume that we power up to come to the podcast. What they don't realize is that we actually have to power down for this podcast because we are so powered up all the time.
Oh, the energy level is disgusting.
We topple governments
By the
in
end,
our spare time.
we're powered back up.
Yeah, right.
But if we were powered up when we walked in, like
you wouldn't survive watching.
I feel like I should have Ethan's microphone cover on my nose right now.
You should.
You know, I feel like that would make
You
sense.
always should because you're
yeah,
always
I'm
a
always
clown.
the clown.
Always.
Yeah, Gwen, are you okay? You look a little pale there.
I'm feeling a little under the weather, but I don't like any of you, and I don't mind you getting sick. Perfect. So,
Guys, we have two producers here for the first time ever.
Look at this.
two producers. Oh my god!
And they afford them.
We're doing great already.
She's back.
Oh, this is off to a good start.
Back.
Yeah,
Cameron's back.
Producer Cameron is here.
No.
This is hard to believe.
Finally, a woman.
Finally, a woman is on the podcast.
We said nice things about you, Cameron, last episode.
That's
This is
nice.
the part 2 of our anniversary episode, 1 year anniversary.
Our
Kinda
50th
crazy.
anniversary.
Our 50th anniversary.
50th anniversary.
It's our one episode in our 50th anniversary.
Think about it like this. It's the 50th anniversary of the subsequent episode.
Right.
Right?
What?
Our subsequent episodes, each one is an anniversary of the last one.
Oh.
We're in a chain of 50 right now.
Wow.
So I'm going to drop some Power Brothers lore.
Actually, you know what? I'm not even right because the last episode was also 50.
Quinn, you
So
never
51.
are. You never are.
Never mind. Disregard what I said,
Power
per
Brothers
usual.
lore, when we were coming up with the intro tag and we were wondering, like, what do we say after Welcome to the Power Up Brothers podcast, it was Ethan that came up with Where We All Sound the Same and Our Points Don't Matter, which I think you got kind of like from Whose Line, like everything's made up and the points don't matter. Like the score doesn't matter.
Right.
You changed it to our points, and
Our talking points don't matter.
I instantly fell in love with it because we do sound very similar. Like over the phone, we've had people confuse us all the time.
I've gotten confused. I thought I was talking to myself, and it was actually Devin.
And
I heard an echo of my own voice and the same words I was saying, and I thought I was talking to Ethan.
yeah, right.
It's really.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
argued with myself, being repeated back to myself
Hours.
for days.
This is why Ethan was the only one with a good idea.
Correct.
The kind of ideas we got from Ty and Ethan.
Yeah.
But here's the fun fact, and also sad fact that I realized is that of 50 episodes, Ethan has introduced 6, but he's never used the line that he came up with.
You never.
In fact, me and Ty are the only ones who have used it. Isn't
Here's
that
the
crazy?
thing. Here's the thing. I'm trapped in between a rock and a hard place because
Yeah.
on one side, I both came up with that as a saying, and I also believe everyone should be cooler about differences in opinion.
Sure.
Because everyone's
refuse.
too
Yeah,
weird about like, oh, you didn't like Super Goobus Brothers
Yeah.
4?
Right.
The worst one? You're a bad person. And I'm like, everybody,
I
just try to figure out why people like things and why they dislike
Yeah,
them and
right.
stop trying to build your personality
As
around
some-
other people.
as
But
someone-
But how about you
Yeah.
don't tell me what to do?
does this have to do with
I
you
don't
not
respect
using-
your opinion about
That-
telling
'cause
us
I
what
like-
to do about this.
I like that. And the points don't matter. That's why I said that in the first place.
Right.
But on the other side, I don't like telling people that their points don't matter.
Well, Super Goobus.
So you don't want to tell us.
It's
that our
true.
points
Okay,
don't
your
but-
matter.
points don't
Right.
matter.
Well, the
That
only
makes
point
sense.
that
I
I
just
think
like
does
to let
matter
you get to
is
that.
that Super Goobus 4 is the
It
best
is the
one.
best
and that's
one,
the only
yeah.
point that does
Say
matter.
the full name.
Super
It's
Goobus
Super
4?
4, the worst one.
Super 4 the Goobus War?
It
Yeah.
was literally
Is that what
called
you said?
the worst
That's
one.
Yeah, Super 4, the Goobus War.
Now there's
The
a
worst
later,
one.
later on
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going to be doing like reminiscing about our first year. We didn't have enough time in the last episode to
And we
do
have
it,
games?
so. No, but
What do you mean we don't have
I
games?
took no. I
we
had to
were
edit the
supposed to
last
have
video.
games.
We don't have games, but we do have the news.
This is news to me that we don't have games.
Our budget is gone.
We-
Harrison has to do the.
We don't have money for
It's
bumpers
news to me
anymore.
that
Guys,
we have
welcome
news.
welcome to the news. We've done 50 of these, and sometimes we do
Yeah.
the news.
Sometimes.
Sometimes we
I've
don't.
been sequestered for over a week
Okay.
playing Hollow Knight Silk Song, so if there's news, I don't know what it is.
Why don't we
That could
not
be.
do the news then?
No. There's too much stuff going on
What
right
news
now.
is that? We talked about
Well,
the news
this
last
is
time.
this is what you're going to be excited about. If Harrison does his job,
He won't.
which
We have two producers.
Yeah.
I'll just.
no, Cameron's always done her job, but no,
Seen the
if Harrison
TikTok?
does a job when you're watching this, Sonic Racing Crossworld comes out. How
Oh,
excited
brother.
are you, Quentin? Your favorite series and your
Is
favorite
Big the
kind of
Cat
game.
They're making another Sonic
I
Racing
think
game?
Big the Cat is in it. Yeah.
So let me get this straight. So
no idea.
Right.
in you, what's it called again?
Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
Okay, so in Sonic Racing Crossworlds,
Right.
you play as Sonic.
Or Steve from Minecraft.
Okay, so Steve, Minecraft, Sonic, the other characters,
Or the guy from
And-
Yakuza.
and as Sonic, you're a racist.
Or Joker
right?
from Persona.
Joker is a racist,
Yeah.
and you're
Well
all
established.
crossing worlds.
Cross-dressing.
You're crossing certain lines.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a good way of putting it.
Racial
Racist
lines.
cross line.
I would just like to
Racist
say
crossing
something
lines.
before you continue. I just
Uh-huh.
like to say
Please
something.
do.
Joker is a point of view character, and he's whatever you are. So yes,
Oh.
keep going.
Yeah, true. If
Keep
you
going.
play it.
So,
Yeah.
Batman Joker gamer moment, he's racist.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
He is a racist because he's racing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And he's crossing lines.
I like how
Joker-
this
Yeah.
is the whitest Quinn has ever been, and he's talking about race.
Yeah, right.
Quinn's
So-
in white
I
face.
I like how
Yeah.
Devin's
It's the
theory.
paint.
I like
Yeah.
how Devin's theory about the table doing this to Quentin.
I think it
seems
does.
Seems to be accurate.
Yeah.
He
My
likes
point
to
is-
gesture.
My point is that if the Sonic game is not going to lie to me about it being about racists,
It is.
Right.
then I will play it to completion.
There you
Is
go.
that the one where the guy, the bird from Sonic the Fighters, or is it Sonic?
Yeah, you're Sonic Riders.
Sonic
the
Riders.
Parrot.
The parrot guy. If you shadow, like they like smack talk each other at the beginning of the race,
Yeah.
and his smack talk lines for Sonic and Shadow are interchangeable because he keeps mistaking them, and they have lines where they're commenting on him not getting it. They're like,
So he's a racist.
he'll be like, all right,
I'll shadow
Sonic.
the N-word.
He's called, yeah, I was going to say.
He's a species.
black
So,
Yeah.
but wait,
kind of what you were saying.
but wait,
Yeah.
Shadow the Hedgehog is
I hadn't
racist.
heard that. That's interesting.
Shadow-
It's really funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Shadow the Hedgehog is racist. Don't you remember in Shadow the Hedgehog he says disgusting black creatures?
Yeah, he
I can
does.
send whoever's editing this
Yeah,
video. I can
actually.
send
He
that.
does.
He,
He does.
says that. So,
He does.
so
Very
upset.
Shadow is racist.
Maybe he's the
that's
only
right.
one.
So Sonic racist,
Right,
yeah.
Shadow racist, Joker racist, me racist.
Yeah.
Is that what we're
Yeah,
getting?
That's
you're
what we're
excited
getting.
about.
This
That's
is why
what
Devin
you
said you'd be
guys-
excited
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I have said
Okay,
this before.
You've
Right.
got me. I'm excited for Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay,
Yay, we did it.
racist.
We did it.
I
Finally
have
did
said
it.
this before.
We just
I
had to make
boycott
everything
all
up.
Sonic games where
Yeah.
Sonic's in a car.
Oh,
It-
damn.
well,
That just
Sonic can be on a hoverboard now.
I don't know, man.
He
That's
can't
very
run.
stupid.
To be fair, if he ran, he would win because he's the fastest thing alive.
Who even thought to name a game Sonic the Hedgehog the Race
Not the
War?
fastest living thing.
Who even thought to name it
What?
that?
I honestly like my argument for like Sonic being in a car is that like I can walk to work.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna get in a car.
True.
Mhm.
I'm lazy. Sonic is just
relax.
lazy.
Yeah, Sonic
yeah.
is lazy.
Yeah.
What if he
Yeah.
hadn't he didn't eat breakfast this morning?
It's interesting
He's tired.
because it's a kart game, like a kart racing game, but a lot of the people that I've seen that were dissatisfied with Mario Kart World
Mhm.
are excited for Sonic Racing.
Yeah, Sega's taking some pot shots at.
They actually
Mario
had an
in
ad.
their ads,
Did you
yeah.
see the ad? They
It's a trailer,
recreated
yeah.
the blast processing ad where like they show Super Mario Kart on like an old retro TV, but then like the Sega Genesis as blast processing. They remade that whole commercial, except like they blur it out and go, you know this kart game. We don't have to say what it is. It's great. It's fine. Whatever. But what if? And then they like highlight it, and it was funny. It seemed like all in good fun.
they're trying to say that the new Mario Kart game is not good.
They're taking
And
aim at the thing.
Sega isn't, but a lot of people who were upset with Mario Kart World for like changing things.
It's
and,
the
and
in
making
between
things
tracks
different
because
Yeah.
there's kind of just like a long
connecting.
runway.
Wait, the message of this is
By
Mario.
the middest racing game because
they're
there
like
are in between
they're like
tracks in
Mario.
your favorite.
We know you didn't like that Mario Kart changed things, so we didn't change anything. We're still terrible.
Do you know
Okay,
what's funny,
Sega.
though?
Thank
know what's
you.
funny? Well, and Sega doesn't necessarily. They in their ad they really focused on like the mechanic of the game, and then they really push like cross play, like you can play on whatever platform you want to.
just like Mario Kart. You can play on every single device,
just-
right?
It's
Just
true. I
Nintendo
played
Switch.
I
Wait,
played
but
it
it's
on my
only-
Switch, and I played it on your
Yeah, I was about to say,
Switch.
isn't it?
Oh, right.
So cross play.
Any
Cross
switches
console.
can play with any others.
It's true.
That's cross.
Yeah.
The really important thing here is that Mario's not a racist, and Sonic
No.
is,
Sure.
and so
There's
inherently has
the
an
word
advantage.
racing isn't in Mario Kart.
It's not.
Sonic the Hedgehog Racing Cross.
I'm gonna give you one more of these weird.
Isn't that what it's called?
connecting? No, it's Cross Worlds.
Cross
Racing
Worlds,
Cross
cross
Worlds.
play.
That actually good
Mario
job, Quentin.
Kart, no cross
He's
play.
got it. He's got it.
Yeah,
now.
you got it.
Yeah.
You got
No,
it.
it is
That's the
weird that
news.
I
And
saw
that's it.
someone.
That's the only news that's happened this week. You're so full of crap.
No, I know that like it's interesting how people are talking about the fact that like Sonic Racing looks fresh and like new because it's old and
Yeah,
like
right.
a regular kart racer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think you know what fresh and new means.
It's scary. New things.
Well,
are scary.
everything old is new.
Let me tell you something.
Which
When
I-
the game Elden
yeah.
Ring was coming out, all I heard constantly from Dark Souls fans is Elden Ring's gone open world. Dark Souls has gone open world. It's new. They're ruining it. They're putting all these in between sections in my levels, and so I just tune it all out
True.
at this point.
Right.
True. Now, the other thing too I wanted to point out is that so as of the last Nintendo Direct, the Switch 2 now has we know about. They're either released or are coming. It has 22 exclusive titles, which means that
We've got 20 more coming out soon.
it means that it has 4 more than the PS5 currently has.
Oh,
Which that's crazy.
that's a little wild.
The
So-
PS5 has 18 exclusives.
Right.
In
And when
fairness, some of the exclusives for the PS5, some of the games that are not exclusive were for a time exclusive,
No,
and now
that
are
is the one
available
thing
on
I want to
PC, like
stress.
Horizon.
Yeah,
Right.
that is skewing it is the fact that like
Like,
some
yeah.
games used to be exclusive,
Just about
aren't
half.
anymore.
Just about
Yeah,
half.
The-
But we also have to stress that the PlayStation 5 has been out for more than 4 years.
yeah, like almost 5 coming up on 5.
How many
I just thought that was
Steam
funny.
exclusives are there?
At
We have-
least 3.
Is there a lot of
Is that-
Steam
yeah, there's
exclusives?
A few. There are a few Steam exclusives.
I don't know.
But
Most things
So,
are on GOG or
here's
or
the thing.
Steam
Yeah.
or various other
Nintendo-
services.
Has done me dirty
oh,
because they still don't have a game other than Mario Paint where I can use the freaking mouse.
it is weird.
I just want a Nintendo game.
There's
Wait,
this-
this is not too much to ask
There's
for.
the Special
I just
Olympics
want
one,
one
right?
silly little game.
Isn't there the Special Olympics?
Yes, drag
one
and drive.
I'm glad
yes.
that my comparing it to the Special Olympics is caught
Listen,
on.
okay, you know
Put
what?
that on the back
I'm the only
burner for a
person in this room
moment.
who
Yeah.
has a Special Olympics supporter sticker on my fridge. I can talk about those little boys whose legs
I'm
don't
wearing
work
one
and they're on
right
wheelchairs.
now.
Right.
I got it tattooed on my stomach tie.
I got
was
it tattooed
in the
on my
Special
genitals,
Olympics.
Quentin.
I have it tattooed on one of my vital organs.
I had it tattooed on your genitals.
Oh my god. No. Oh god.
The power play.
You got him.
You win. You win. The point is
So
that you
back
can.
to my original point.
You
Yeah,
can
go
use
for
the
it.
mouse.
Go for it.
We had Kirby's Canvas Curse.
Kirby's Canvas
because
Curse.
they gave
No,
us
true.
a touch screen, and
Mhm.
Kirby's
True.
Canvas Curse was going hog wild with it. You're doing all sorts of crazy stuff.
Oh well, the DS
And
used it
then-
all the time.
Yeah, used all that.
the time.
Metroid Prime Hunters. You were aiming with
Mhm.
that little stick, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy stuff. Even the 3DS launch, there was a lot of games that showcased what it was like to
Pilot
see.
Wings and
Yeah,
stuff.
Pilot
Yeah,
Wings.
yeah.
Like, you really got the 3D. And I feel like the Switch too. I am like pretty excited to play a game where the mouse controls feel really integral.
Yeah.
But there still isn't one.
Yeah,
like
not
Donkey
really.
Kong Bonanza
Not really.
is a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Super good. I'm kind of bad
No
at the
mouse
new
controls.
Mario Kart,
Not
but I'm
totally
usually bad at Mario Karts. But I still have a lot of fun with
Yeah.
the new one, and people who like the series seem to like the game a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's very popular. These are very like good games, and that's great. But where is my weird little Nintendo game?
You
Where
know,
is it at? I
right,
just
but-
want to play a weird little Nintendo game.
You
I
could
don't want it to
try
be
out.
too competitive. I don't want it to be
Yeah.
too much like a video game. I
Right,
want it to
right.
be Kirby's Canvas Curse. I want it to be
Yeah, but
like Wii
yeah,
Sports.
I
but
think-
but Nintendo crapped the bed with this since the first Switch, because the first Switch, everything that they advertised as being the new development, they didn't deliver on at all.
I
they were like,
I
they were like,
disagree.
here's this game that no one's gonna play, right? 1-2 Switch.
Oh,
That they were
okay.
like, look, it highlights. You can
Yeah.
use the AR camera, and it uses the
HD
thing,
rumble.
the HD rumble,
Yeah.
and then they never did anything
What's
of
the
value
killer-
afterwards.
Here's the question: the touch screen was the killer feature for the DS.
Sure.
What was the killer feature of the Switch? Well, it was that it went from a handheld
Switch.
to a home console, and every video game released for
Yeah,
it
true.
showcased
But that has
So
no-
they did a great
Fair.
job.
But that has no
Fair.
gameplay utility at all.
But it has some.
No.
It has some for
is,
me.
Is there any game
Try
where
beating Silk
did-
Song on that little Joy-Con. Good
Here's-
luck.
I
Here's
did
my-
see that thing you're talking about with the 1-2 Switch, where it was like
Mhm.
you can tell how many ice cubes are in this by shaking the Joy-Con, right?
Yeah.
And so he's shaking the Joy-Con, you can tell how many ice cubes. And I was like, we're gonna get a Hotel Dusk where you're gonna pick
yeah,
up a
really good
whiskey
puzzle.
glass, and when you go to drink it, you're gonna tell how many ice cubes are in it, right?
Yeah.
Or there's gonna be a box, and you're gonna shake it, and you're gonna have to figure out how many items are inside. I'm like, we're gonna get some good mystery games, we're gonna get some good puzzle games, and then they didn't.
No.
I don't want the mouse to be that, because let me tell you something. Mario Paint with the mouse, pretty good. Pretty
Yeah.
good. I'm enjoying it.
I
It's
think
fun.
I actually think the reason for it is that the mouse I don't think was a planned feature the whole time. I've heard the
interesting.
devlogs and stuff. So the people who were making the hardware had said that they'd wanted it in for a long time, but it
Right.
didn't seem technologically feasible.
Mhm.
And then very late in
Yeah.
development, they were like they kind of figured out
They
how to
cracked
make it
it.
work.
You know,
make it work.
yeah,
And
right.
it got added in, which is why I don't think most of the early on games have it. But then Metroid, which is coming out in December, features mouse support.
You should check
prominently.
out DK Artist, which is in Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's fun.
I
What?
know
There's a
that-
thing in Donkey Kong Bonanza that I haven't done.
That's what.
When are you gonna let me
said, like,
borrow Donkey Kong?
Never.
I need to play Donkey Kong. You know,
Never.
there's no chance I'm buying it.
the
have that
at the
kinda
on the home menu or the title screen for DK Bonanza, rather, you can push the plus button and then you get like a boulder and then you can use the mouse.
I know why I haven't gotten that.
You never saw it.
I've never gone back to the title screen after I launched.
You'd have to have
into-
another game to play.
It's never.
You have
well,
to go back.
I beat it.
What else are you gonna
and
play on the
I,
Nintendo
I
Switch
played
too?
through it, and then
Mhm.
and then Hollow Knight Silk Song came
Yeah,
out, and
uh-huh.
now that hasn't been closed since it came out.
I can't imagine. Yeah,
Well,
I can't imagine why you would.
Probably won't till
It's. I
December.
think literally universally everyone absolutely loves Silk
It's
Song,
incredible.
and
It's
they
been- yeah, it's been getting
completely
good reviews.
delivered somehow, despite dragging everyone along.
Yeah.
That is, you realize how rare that is when a game gets announced and they drag people along and they never release it, and then finally they do, and it actually lives up to expectations.
It's very
That's
rare.
like a 1 in a billion.
Wasn't Elden Ring kind of the same way? It took
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
long for Elden Ring to come out.
But then people loved it.
Yeah.
when
Did it have a
finally
lot of
came out.
delays?
It did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it took a while.
It got
They
delayed.
just
a
kept
lot?
showing like
Yeah.
single trailers for
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
That were just
Yeah.
CGI.
Which, speaking of things that came out recently, Donkey Kong Bonanza's DLC came out.
DLC.
Oh man, I
between.
am literally
DLC
even though
Have you played it?
It cracks me up that it was so undersold.
so
Nintendo was like, here's a DLC, you collect some little gemstones and you run around Donkey Kong's head at $20. And then they moved on.
Yeah.
And the actual thing is like new stuff on every layer in the game.
That's
So
the part
here's
I was shocked they didn't highlight was
Yeah.
the new game mode gets very little attention, but then they put a lot of attention on the thing that was just sort of like, I definitely think that DK Island was supposed to be in the original game, and they just didn't have time, so they just tacked it on
So-
the DLC.
right. So let me get this
But-
straight. How much does Donkey Kong, like without the DLC, how much does Donkey Kong cost?
$70 in the US.
So $70 in the US, and then how long has it been out?
Since July, so
You can do this.
2
You can do this.
a little over 2 months.
So 2 months was their delay on this DLC.
Yeah.
And the DLC is $20.
Yep.
So they're selling now the game is $90 to have content that could have been out if they had delayed the game by 2 months.
Well, that's not.
Why are
no.
they? What? You said that it was out 2 months and now they've released a DLC?
Yeah, I don't know that they could have
What do you mean?
finished it in 2 months. I don't know if that's.
Well, they did finish it in 2 months, clearly.
Yeah.
And less than.
Oh,
Because
no, no.
they
I mean, it
they've
could have
launched
been.
it
It could have
in
been
2
finished
months.
before and like.
So
planned as
let me.
DLC.
So they. What, DLC after 2 months?
yeah.
What? Who's
Oh, I
releasing
see what
DLC
you're
after
saying.
2 months?
I
No,
see
this
what
was
you're saying.
content that could have been in the original
I'll tell
game.
you who's releasing
Yeah.
DLC after less than 2 months. Pokemon.
Charlatan,
Pokemon
charlatans.
announces they announced
Quack,
their
quack, quack.
DLC.
They announced their DLC before they announced
Yeah,
their game.
Before
yeah.
the game came out. Yeah, right.
Okay. You know, this is
We're going to make DLC for this
I'm gonna-
Pokemon game. We haven't announced yet.
you know, but this is many such cases where
Absolutely.
with the DLC
Yeah.
thing, and it drives me crazy because I look at it and I'm like,
I
you know
see
what?
what you're saying.
I'm
now.
like,
It
you know
could've
what?
just been in
If
the
you
game.
want us to pay $90 for Donkey Kong,
Yeah.
all right,
Right.
then look us in the face and say, I don't care about you. I just want your money. Pay me $90 and you'll get the whole Donkey
That's
Kong.
an interesting.
Don't drag me
that's
along.
an interesting topic where like
I want the whole Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
I want the whole
I want-
Donkey Kong. Okay,
No,
the whole experience.
I will say that like the fact that it's DK Isle and Emerald Brush
Yeah.
is interesting because DK Isle is really cool. Like the
Yeah.
nostalgic part of me, it was really cool to hear like the DK Island theme fully orchestrated, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it's awesome. But I don't know how much. Like I don't think it is its own thing. It's just sort of like it's got some stuff.
It doesn't
to
have
do.
any bananas on it.
No.
It's
Let
very
me-
minimal. I think it would feel worse for me if Donkey Kong didn't feel like a complete game.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong felt like a very complete game. I didn't even know
Absolutely.
they were doing DLC.
No.
Wasn't Mario's DLC free though? Odyssey?
Odyssey's DLC was not nearly as big as.
No, it wasn't as
So this is like more than
Balloon
that.
World.
Oh,
Right,
Yeah,
but,
it's a lot
but
more.
regardless
Luigi's
of the
Balloon
size,
World.
because
my
Luigi's
point
Blue World
is
is great.
that
It
if there
is,
was
yeah, it was
something
awesome.
that was ready nearly at the same time as
Oh,
release,
yeah, no, I
and
don't
they
disagree.
chose to not include that in the full
I
game,
agree.
it is in effect just to market it as being cheaper than the full game actually is.
It is
But
a,
also, they needed a game for the Switch shortly after release because
Switch
you're
2.
All right, make it
because
a-
otherwise
yeah.
you're gonna have a Switch with
Mhm.
just Mario
Literally
Kart
nothing.
for 3
Yeah.
months.
Okay, well then make it a free DLC.
It is strange. Like
not?
I do think that it's too much
cheapskates.
content to be free, but I do think that it's weird that it's $20.
I mean, yeah, the price. The price.
It's
is
unusual.
very
CD
high.
Projekt
Yeah.
Red is still updating Cyberpunk, a game that's 50
Well,
million years
that
old.
Cyberpunk has
And they're still adding
there's
content
a
to
whole
it,
bucket of
despite the
issues
fact
with
that they
Cyberpunk.
said that it was not getting any more updates 4 updates ago. Okay? So I don't want to hear it about people. The DLC thing, I think, is
there are
like
some great companies right now, like
very
Larian,
anti-consumer.
that's been updating Baldur's Gate. Like the last update was gigantic.
Yeah, right.
And it's all been free.
Yeah. So I don't think
what's
this
weird
is
that
this is a Studio Greed thing.
Nintendo was known for that for years.
Yeah.
The welcome amiibo.
Oh, it's like
Animal
for
Crossing
Animal
New
Crossing
Leaf was free.
Yeah,
and it's so
good.
Honestly, that's still the best Animal Crossing game.
The two combined.
New Leaf with the Welcome Amiibo is so good. It's
a
great.
full panel de Pon game inside of it, like Tetris Attack. It has a full one built into that, and they just dropped it for free. Like 4 years after the game came out, 5 years after.
And they had the campsite, and they brought back the old fruit and stuff like that. And it was just great. And also you could get the Amiibo characters, so there was more villagers.
Let me ask
you. I mean, that's the thing that gets me is I'm like this is why, I know I seem like a negative Nelly, okay? But
not
me, but I remember. This was not so long ago. The spark of life was still in me because I can remember when things like that happened. Nintendo will absolutely never give us anything that is that good. That world-changing.
So let me ask you guys a question.
That's incredible.
Let me ask you guys a question because I'm interested to hear your guys' opinion about this. Because, like, when people talk about the Switch to accessories being too expensive, it's an exhausting conversation that doesn't just go anywhere. Be productive.
Blame Trump.
Because we get outside of
video
the realm of video games,
right.
and it becomes all sorts of economic.
Yeah.
But
specifically, if they're like, I wonder why it is. It's
and
like
when people talk about oh man, the new games just aren't as good. I'm like, play them. They're really good.
Yeah,
do Donkey Kong's really good. New Mario Kart's really good. The quality of the games have not gone down.
No,
but do you guys kind of get the feeling like the games are still great, the console's still really sturdy, like still great built console, still cool and designed sleek? Are we going into an age though where it feels like Nintendo is making a lot of bad decisions and getting rewarded for it? Like these are the success. The Switch 2 has been very successful. There's been a lot of kind of, I don't know, not great decisions. Like Mario. Let me give you an example here. Like Mario Kart, really great game, but they've done like 4 micro updates that have removed options and made it more. There was like a way of getting around where you could pick tracks, right?
That one though.
Which Mario?
The new Mario Kart.
Mario Kart
World.
Oh,
Mario Kart World.
Yeah, and then they patched it to where you have to.
Well, I'll interject and say that a lot of times the problem is that a small group of enthusiasts on YouTube will think to themselves oh, Nintendo hears us and we're getting out there and Nintendo knows what we're trying to do. But they forget that Mario Kart World is sitting in the living rooms of 14 million people, and 150,000 people on YouTube is a lot of people, but not compared to. Yeah. So most signs point to the fact that those updates had nothing to do with a response Nintendo was making. It was just that Nintendo may have already if they intended the random choice on worldwide to have more connecting tracks and not just be 3-lap tracks, they could have updated it and just not noticed that there was an outcry for them not to do that with that one specifically.
They could have.
The pricing thing is,
but at the same
different.
time, they have 14 million people, but how many of those are actually being vocal about what they want in the game?
Well, no, I just mean that that.
Because if they're going to look at anybody, it's going to be those big channels.
You're talking about how it's strange that the new game mode that is the game is built around is because the other thing too is that you have to be careful with opinions on the internet because they blow it out of proportion. You still can get a 3-lap track if you hit random. The odds of it just changed when they updated it.
Yeah.
So that one specifically, I don't know if that's really.
It just feels like they're going toward less options for control of how you play instead of more. And Nintendo used to have a lot more options for how you want to play, how you want to pick.
Because in terms of Mario Kart, if you didn't like the double dash new items, too bad.
That's true.
If you didn't like double racers, too bad. I would say World,
but there wasn't single racers in those games. Those games are built with double racers. Yeah. This was a game where there were just 3-lap tracks, and then there were connected tracks.
But that's what I mean. You could argue that the fact that they left the old game mode in, they could have just made the tracks all.
I thought when you hit random on it now, it just picks one of the tracks nearby, and you still drive there. Like there's no more.
No.
Here's
it can. It's just that the odds of it. It used to be like a guarantee that you would get a 3-lap track, and then they changed it to where it doesn't.
Since we're spending a lot of time on these news, why don't we fit in? That's all the news you have?
Yeah,
I have some news.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got some news for you.
I don't think it's video game related.
I don't think it's even news.
Here's the news. No. Oh, what did that say? 2 minutes. It's like I just said that there was like pretty short amount of time on this news.
Right.
I was told a week ago. See, this is a part 2 episode, folks at home who are not watching. This is a part 2 where we are celebrating an anniversary and there's reminiscing going on, right?
Right.
We've played a lot of games on this show.
Right.
And so we had talked about internally here, the council of the morons.
I knew this wasn't going to be news.
We had talked about playing some games from the past of our show.
We're going to do that.
I received some news that that's not happening.
No.
All right?
Nice try.
I received some news that we're not doing any games.
I like how Quentin's news is just something he heard, 20 minutes ago?
So we're not playing any games.
No, we are, just not today. That's still in the works. It's coming.
Yeah.
Thanks for ruining the surprise, Quentin.
There's no games.
There's
Here's the news. There's no games. Okay?
That is the news.
And there won't be a show much longer if we don't get some games in here because that's the moneymaker.
Is this the first show we recorded where we actually have a Patreon?
It probably, yeah.
Do we have a Patreon?
So, guys, if you like what you see, the best thing you can do is just subscribe. That helps us out a lot. That helps us get to our little
tell your
500.
Friends.
Tell your
Give
friends.
Us a dollar.
Share us with your friends.
Give us
but
a dollar.
if you want to support us and give us a little wink and get access to special videos, and you can even suggest topics for our patron topic bag, go to patreon.com/
Power Up Bros.
That's
Check
the one.
it out. That's the one.
I assume that it's up. I saw on our last video, because go to the comments, sort by newest, always. The highlighted comments, that's what the YouTube overlords want you to see.
Right.
Oh.
Go to the newest tab. It's always...
I always sort by controversial.
Oh, is that... Can you do that on YouTube? The point is that I saw somebody on there that said my favorite Patreon is...
my favorite non-existent
Patreon is patreon.com/powerupbros. And that's my favorite.
That's a pretty great one.
So, but it's up now? Is it up?
Yes,
By the
time you're watching this, it's definitely up.
Okay, great.
Click the link in the description.
And subscribe and give us
money.
money.
That's a good time to say let's reminisce about the past year.
Loved it.
So if you guys don't know, we've been doing this for a year now.
50 years.
Eagle-eyed viewers caught the fact that there are 52 weeks in a year, and we only had 50 episodes in a year, so we missed 2 weeks. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So Quentin had an idea that I should make a game where each round is one of the games that I've forced you guys to play. I mean, that you guys enthusiastically
we were so happy. Ethan having to guess how many billions of a % there are in a single polygon of...
and then Quentin having to guess how many Mario Bros there are.
Yeah, exactly.
We are going to do that next week for part 3.
Part 3!
Because
the games episode.
Well, because next week
the
is
blooper
episode
games.
52. So 52 weeks in a year, whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Video
probably
game.
It's fine.
Yeah,
So part 3
Video
of our
game.
anniversary will feature games, which
it was almost done, but I didn't want to rush it because
that's news to me. Too bad we're not in the right section. Should have said it a minute ago. You dope. But anyways, so
thank you.
What are we doing?
Put the bumper in here.
Put the bumper in now.
News.
So what are we doing now? Explain this.
Yeah, so we covered a lot of bases, but there was a lot we didn't get to talk about. I want to apologize for anybody who goes to the patreon.com/powerupbros. I was wrong. The first episode is not just me and Quentin. That was the pilot. I completely forgot about the pilot.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
No one has.
No one has.
Except
It was.
I haven't even really.
We lived it, but we didn't.
Yeah.
No one's seen it.
Was it just the two?
It
of
was
you,
just
like,
the two of us because we set up. It took us 7 hours,
Mhm.
and
It
we
was
set
so
up.
long.
We set up 3 cameras, but I had no clue how to set them up, and so
You and
two of
Ty
them-
don't have
2
cameras.
of them died,
Yeah.
and then it was just me and Quentin.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure
I
it was
think
a
it was only
great
like
episode.
37 minutes.
I'm sure it was a great episode because it took 7 hours. We were exhausted and hungry, and only 3 of us wanted to talk about video games on a good day, right? So great formula for a video game podcast.
So the first 3 episodes are us at the table. Like
We
you
did
know.
have a kind of manic energy back then that has faded
Mhm.
as we've
Thank
gotten more
goodness
jaded.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was. It's been interesting to like. I think if you go and you're able to watch those videos on our Patreon.com/Power Bros.
Mhm.
I hope
Come
it
back here and
exists.
tell us that our new content is bad and we should go back to the old formula.
Yeah, we should go back to
the
that old
board.
one. Go
Then
back to the
go,
board.
then go to our old videos and comment that it's not better. We got to get our ship together and
Yeah,
start
right,
sailing
right.
smoothly, right?
Exactly.
And then pop back here and
was a
say,
good
"Hey,
save.
go read my old comment," and do that after you go back
Yeah,
to
you
the
know,
way it used to be.
I would encourage new viewers, should there be any. If you came in because I said something silly about Psycho Mantis, go back and watch our old episodes so that
Yeah.
you'll never come back.
Right.
Okay.
So
Scare
they'll
you away.
run
It'll
the
scare
screen.
you
They thought
away.
this was a Metal Gear Solid podcast.
It would be if I
about-
had any say
about
over
how
it.
to delete your internet
Yeah.
history.
We do talk about Metal Gear Solid
Quite a-
lot
quite a bit,
on this
yeah.
podcast. Thanks
Well,
to you.
Yeah, well,
Which
I
also,
mean,
I
It's the
I
only
have to
video game he
say,
plays.
speaking
it's the
of,
only video game I play. What am I going to do?
Speaking of Quentin talking, like I've decided that we have to do a round robin of the intro because I could not believe when I went through it that Ethan has only introduced
Yeah,
6
that's
episodes,
that's
and
completely
most
insane,
of them
yeah.
are because you brought a guest on.
Oh.
And,
Oh, yeah.
You
right.
brought.
We need
brought
official.
Luke
We need
McKeel.
official
Yeah.
counts.
and you
for,
brought on
for episode launches.
So the thing is, I didn't
Yeah.
count anybody else's. I counted Ethan's
Mhm.
because I thought it was. I thought it was funny
Wow.
that he's never used his line that he came up with. But as I went through it, like I am pretty obviously the one who's introduced it the most. Like
Sure.
every time I was clicking on a video, it was me.
Yeah.
Quentin is easily in second. But if it makes you feel better, Ethan, you're not in last.
Ty's in last.
Harrison's in last because he
Oh,
only did one.
I only did.
Oh,
Yeah.
so wait a minute. How many times?
we
Wait,
shouldn't even have done
I'm not a
that
power
one.
up bro.
yeah. How many
No.
times has Ethan did it? You said
6.
that's as many times as he's talked.
That is.
That's
6
crazy.
times
That's true.
his whole life.
That's
Sure.
amazing. Well, I think it's something that I've been reminiscing about recently
Yeah.
is when we did, I don't remember, it was like I don't know, I think we had like 40 subscribers or something like that. And we did a video where we were like lined up on the wall like it was the moments leading up to an execution, right? And we were waiting for our blindfold and cigar.
No, that was
And,
that was our update because we
the
were
update,
moving
yeah.
from.
Yeah.
I forgot
Mhm.
how few episodes were in the morgue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can you guys guess how many
Thank
episodes did we do in the morgue?
Oh, it was
And
20.
20.
No.
Yeah,
Ty's
I'm
guess
gonna,
is 20.
I'm gonna say.
Look, we're playing a game.
yeah.
Oh, look at this.
I'm gonna say lower.
I'm also saying. I'm gonna say there were.
I'm gonna say 10.
I'm gonna say 8.
10,
I'm gonna say
if
15.
even
15.
'Cause it was you were in there for like 2 months. About
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
that's actually a good
so
point.
let's get all the counts. Harrison, what are you saying?
10.
10, 15, 20.
20.
And
You said
Quentin,
less
what's
than
yours?
10?
Less. What was yours, Quentin?
Of released episodes,
I
I'm
definitely
going
went
to say 8.
8. Okay.
Of released
well,
episodes.
I'm counting all of them.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that
12.
just adds 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And 3.
So what's your
11.
number?
I was saying 8, 7 or 8 was on my mind, but if we're counting the others, I think Harrison's literally right. I'm gonna say it's probably 10.
10. Okay, so
Yeah.
we got 2 10s. So technically, Harrison and Quentin win. Ethan was really close, but we did
I don't
12.
I don't think
There's
that
2 in
the
it, and I said 20. I'm the
You were
only
way
one
off.
with
flipped it.
two.
I
You're way
don't
off.
I don't think that those unreleased episodes should count. I feel like
okay,
those...
but you still win.
No, we still win. I'm just saying.
Actually, not technically. You guys,
We were the closest.
No,
right?
you were.
If we're doing
3
Prices
off.
Right rules.
We were doing.
close.
Yeah, we were the closest. But my point
We didn't
is,
establish that. ahead
No,
of
isn't that
time.
crazy? Episode
Yeah.
13 is where we slap the logo and go to the new set. Yeah.
Doesn't feel like there's enough episodes between then and now.
No, but to be fair, we were in my little
It's-
breakfast nook.
To
for
be
a
fair,
while.
it's so much less trouble to set up and break down the
Yes,
podcast
so
now
much,
that it
yeah.
doesn't feel like as
yeah.
much
Yeah,
per
right.
episode.
No.
well, but I remember that that update video, and it was kind of just going down the line and talking. And I remember I thought that format was really nice.
Yeah.
Like that was a nice little format of just being like,
Oh, the update video.
yeah, the update video where it was sort of like each one of us was just sort of reading totally real comments and responding to them, and
Yeah.
just sort of that kind of direct interaction.
Yeah.
I thought was really nice. We got some interesting moments from
Absolutely.
that, and no one watched the update, so it didn't matter.
No, they really didn't.
You all missed out on some good stuff.
Well,
Okay,
not you guys. If you're still here, you're a deep.
that's a
so
good point.
Thanks for being here.
We got into deep topics on that, like what Ipterdoopted means.
We did. Yeah.
and I explained it in very good detail.
It's on the books now. We now have the definition
We
of
now
it
have,
predicted.
and its
Yeah.
usage practically,
Yeah.
right?
We should.
What's the plural of Ipterdoopted?
Ipterdoopted.
It is plural.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's the past tense?
Ipterdoopted.
What's the future tense?
Ipterdoopted.
What's the present tense?
Ipterdoopted.
What is the tense if I want to say it backwards?
The word makes me tense because
Oh.
I remember what happened to me when I was
Sure.
Ipterdoopted.
I see.
Sure.
Okay.
What's the passive perfect tense?
Ipterdoopted.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
easy.
That's all that one going.
Yeah. So the
No,
point
we should
is,
talk about Quentin's many catchphrase.
I don't
Like-
know.
No, actually,
what to
Quentin
call
does
that.
have a
Yeah.
catchphrase.
Which one? Oh, it didn't go far enough.
No. That's something that
That's
we've
kind of
all
a
used.
catchphrase.
But there's a catchphrase that Quentin has.
Ubisoft makes me hard with anger.
Yeah, no, just the fact that something makes him hard. Like that is
Ubisoft
like Quentin will go like
makes me hard.
this thing, and then we all know what's going on.
we all
know.
Yeah, I think
That's
the
true.
last time I used it, it was what was it? I'm trying to remember. It was something makes me hard with happiness.
Yeah, that
Right?
was the thing is you're
One of the
just
few positives.
describing being aroused.
Yeah.
Like that's all that is. I'm like,
That one,
okay,
My
That's not
catchphrase is deafening silence while the rest of you talk.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is Ethan's most
There's a
commonly
really
said
funny
thing.
episode.
shut my mic off.
Frankly, you've worn it out.
Yeah,
I have. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
people
gotta get
people
some new
say
material.
silence speaks volumes, and Ethan's the loudest guy I know.
It's true.
true.
It's true.
I'll do another lore dump. If you guys ever wonder about why we sit where we sit, it was literally just because of how tiny that space was, how tiny this table is, and how terrible the current legs on it are that will get replaced soon.
Mhm.
And that like these two guys, it's funny. Like I think if you only know us from this podcast,
You
you've
wouldn't get the
probably
height.
never seen us all standing up together. But these two are
A fair
markedly
amount
taller than
taller.
I'm not that much.
This
taller than
one
you.
much more than
Yeah,
No, that's what I
yeah.
mean.
We're
is
both
these
taller.
two guys have really long
Oh
legs.
no, me and
yeah.
Ethan are taller
Yeah.
than you guys.
We,
Yes,
we literally
yeah.
just put them out there so their legs could
could have a
go
little
further.
more room.
But now
especially
continuity, we can't change it.
no,
Right.
no,
No.
and you know,
would get
I
confused.
yeah, and also I think this is a good setup in that I think from my standpoint, being closest to you,
Mm-hmm.
having Ty and Ethan just kind of in eyesight.
This is my
works really
worst
well.
Side.
The
though.
only thing that I would-
other than this side,
The
we
only-
should flip
Every
you.
other-
The only thing that I would probably do different is flip Ty and Ethan. And the reason is that Ty during the show will just like kick me and
Yeah.
he'll consciously scuff my shoe
Yeah.
or
Which the
or
table
something.
protects you pretty
The
well.
table protects you.
No, it
which
doesn't.
is
I
why-
can't see.
Which is why I want to go back to the couch.
I was about to say I can't see. He just does stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know, Ethan would never do anything like that.
No, never.
course
You know, it's
that
because
required doing something.
It's because I was gonna say it's because Ty's funny. You know,
It is, yeah.
so it would be a little bit better. But but these are color coded as well, so we should talk about that.
Yeah. So I'm
is
I'm
another lore
curious if
drop.
anybody do we want the comments to try and guess where we got the colors from?
Pause the video right now.
Pause the videos right now. And if you don't want to, pause it right now. What is it, guys? Give us your guess. Go
They
in the
already
comments.
paused it. They paused it when you said pause it right now.
unpause the video.
They can't
All right.
hear you. They just clicked away.
The video
We
is
lost
now.
all our viewers.
Now that you've unpaused the video, pause it again. No, wait, don't stop.
No, the intro to each of our podcasts should give it away. That
one would think.
The signage.
Yeah, we have a Star Fox theme to our podcast, and these are the colors of the Star Fox characters that we are in the place of.
I think something some people might not have caught is that that's not a fox behind that.
No one's caught that.
No
Unless you were there for
It's
the early
impossible.
episodes, just that symbol was our profile picture for a long time. Which it's the space squirrel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing, is it's literally a squirrel with wings.
So
instead
I
of
have
a
to
fox
say,
with
so
wings.
my favorite thing that I would like to reminisce about is a really subtle one.
Right.
Okay. Which is that when this shindig was first started,
Yeah.
my name was not on the Instagram's bio. Okay.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't on the Instagram's bio. And then it got added to the Instagram's bio. And I remember Devin told me, he was like, yeah. Because it was on the YouTube bio, but then it wasn't on the Instagram. And Ethan was, Devin was like, yeah, it's on the Instagram bio now. And then I looked, and it was spelled wrong. And I remember I looked at it, and I was like, I was literally looking at it, and I was just like... She doesn't even know my name. I was like, producer Rachel doesn't even know my name.
Autocorrect will move you over to ton all the time.
So I looked at that and I was like, "This is."
Because it wasn't producer Rachel. It was your.
It was producer Devin.
Yeah.
Okay,
I do have that problem.
And I was like, one of them.
I wasn't gonna out myself. I was like, "That's a really common problem. Quentin. Don't be mean
so
to whoever did
I
that."
remember just looking at that and being like, "This is gonna take. I'm not gonna mention this. There's no point." And it was. I think it was that way for months before someone noticed and said, "You know what? Wait a minute. That guy, we know him.
Yeah.
He's been around for a little while in our life, and he doesn't. His name was never spelled that way."
Also, talking about Quentin being extra, when I designed the beautiful little nameplates, right? At first, they were static images that I would just use like a cool animation to appear in, and then I created the animated ones that are currently used. Unless Harrison edits the video, then you haven't seen them. But, no. And so I worked so hard to get them perfect and get them to spell out and stuff. And I thought that my brothers would be like, "Oh wow, that looks so cool." And
Two of them
were.
Two of them were.
Quinn was just like, "You forgot the he, him, babe."
Yeah, I can't believe it.
It looks terrible.
It looks awful.
And so out of spite to him now, it's beautiful and it prints out and then just he, him just appears.
Yeah.
It just appears. It just goes bink and just appears out of nowhere.
Incredible.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I forgot one thing and you couldn't even.
And it was also, I needed the he, him, and right. I typically put my pronouns in things, but that really wasn't it. It was at the time I knew that it would infuriate Kyle to have my pronouns go in if he saw it. And I was like, we have to have this. I know he's watched the podcast.
You're not doing it because you're
a decent
progressive.
Person. No, I'm not doing it because I'm decent.
Piss off Kyle.
No.
And again, usually I put my pronouns.
I feel like Quentin's extraness has often pushed the podcast to be better. So when I was making
struggle
I did all the character art
of innovation,
redesigns. You had done the original placeholder art, and I really liked that it had this NES feel to it. Yeah, and then we wanted to upgrade it to the little Super NES.
Well, and it was awkward because I created the head separately for a different project in a Game Boy style, but then the bodies were just from Star Fox 2.
Right.
And so I was like, even these heads don't match. Can you just make them?
Yeah, because the pixels were lined up. So I just redrew all. I got did some stylization, and as I was trying to make them match, you had suggested Star Fox 2, which I've never played. Yeah. I've seen it on the store on the Nintendo online,
but
I've never gotten a chance to sit down and play it. And so I was like, okay, and I was looking through the art. I'm like, oh, this is great. And I used to do pixel art all the time, so I busted out all the little tools and started going to work on it. Right, and as we're working on it, I get the working versions of them all kind of done, and then I noticed that this one character blows a kiss. And I just start dying laughing when I see this. And I'm like, I have to see if I can get Quentin to do this, right? Get Quentin's model. And once I got Quentin's model to do that, I was like, that's too funny.
It's like the kiss and a wink, right?
Yeah. It's extra sassy.
Yes.
And so I was like, well, what should the others do? And I started looking through and trying to figure out. There's a couple other references in those too. So anyone who has texted with me knows that 99% of my messages end in a thumbs up. Almost always. At work, people are like, why are you sending me always putting a thumbs up? And I'm like, because I just want to, give you a thumbs up.
Let you know that I saw your message.
I think you're the only one that doesn't do a thumbs up, though.
No. So my character in the
intro, your character does like the little A-OK.
Right. So I was like, I'm going to give everyone a different little hand signal.
Yeah.
Because I do thumbs up is the one I do in text message all the time, but it's always just a hand signal. Like I rarely put the face emojis. I do little hand signals. On like chats with Gwen. I'm always putting the finger up to point at something instead of like a like a heart or something. I'll just point at it. But I'm always doing hand signals. So I'm like, everyone's gonna have a different hand signal for all of them.
Yeah. That honestly, like if you're watching the episodes, like I made the little intro that you see all the time with us, because at first we really struggled with like how do we introduce ourselves, and not make it super stilted, every episode, and like the nameplates were nice, but it's a podcast, so maybe they're just listening to it,
right.
And then we came up with the idea.
We realized no one's watching or listening, and it became way easier.
We're like, oh, not tell anybody. No, but I had the idea of I was like, oh, what if we just like introduced ourselves like the Star Fox cast does, and it's just the opening of the thing. But initially, if you go back and watch it, it was just like, Ty's R-Wing flies forward, and then literally just the logo I had made just flies up.
You know what? We introduce ourselves like the Star Fox cast. The three of you scream at me for help constantly.
Help!
Get this guy off me!
Yeah, I say that.
That's what I say.
You say that a lot.
I say it a lot. Here's the thing that I was thinking about recently, because and you brought up the intro.
Yeah.
Devin tells me, he's like, record this line for the intro, right?
Yeah, and I was sick, I think.
And I was like, I couldn't come in to do it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I'm feeling fluish, but I'll do it, right?
Yeah.
And I had to go somewhere that was, where the audio wouldn't be too terrible, because I'm recording it on my phone, right? So I stuffed myself in a closet. Felt very familiar, but the problem was that at the time, the only closet that I could go in at all was a storage closet, and it was full of stuff. So I was like laying like crooked, almost sideways against a wall.
Living room?
Yeah. That's the only one that I could fit in. My
like the one next to the couch.
The one next to the couch.
Okay.
There was, and so I was on top. I was like laying on top of boxes, right?
Yeah.
And Devin was like, I sent him one, I think, and he was like,
I was like, I wanted him to have like a version of the everybody's was like a take. Ty's is more just literally what Fox says, because that line is just too perfect, to like close it out. But yours was supposed to be Falco here, I'm fine. But then you say Quentin, but I wanted you to do it sassy, and you said, I'm fine, babe.
Well, what's funny is that the first time I did it, I was like, oh, well, I'm going to do it like I talk on the podcast. And the way I would describe the way I talk on no one who's ever seen this knows how I talk typically. It's sort of like if a gay guy wants to get a job at an office and he doesn't want to come off as too extra, right? That's how I talk on the podcast. Yeah. And that's what I sent Devin, and Devin was like, no, cut that out. He's like, no, you need to go hard on this.
Yeah. Your first one was
turned
like,
out you didn't go far enough.
I didn't go far enough.
It was the beginning.
Well, what's funny is that like I gave you the note of like you've got to be more like sassy. It can't just, you literally just went, Quentin here, I'm fine, babe.
I was trying to do Falco.
Yeah, and I was like, no, we're not doing an impression of the character. Like, I want you to be yourself. What's really funny is that I didn't know you were stuffed into that closet, but I made you do like 6 or 7 takes.
Yeah,
I used the first one.
That's incredible. I'm shocked that was the least extra one.
It was perfect. I was like, that's good. Give me 6 more.
It all worked out.
I think I actually used the Ethan's is literally 1 take. Yeah. I didn't need Ethan to do any more takes.
No, I was literally just on my way out.
Because it was literally like, it was taking from yours is the most different from the actual line. It's this is peppy, all systems go. But I thought it was really funny as I was like, what if you just said, I'm gonna go?
Yeah, right.
And the way you delivered it was perfect, where you're like, nah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And I just used your one line.
Yeah.
I had you do a few of them, but again,
Yeah.
I used your first one.
Yeah.
Even though,
That's
and to this
shocking.
day, it drives me crazy, is that I don't know how, but like your microphone peaked. And so like it sounds like in the intro there's a little bit of like a skip. And it sounds like maybe it's in the song. Like I messed up when I created the song and I blended two different Star Fox themes together. I was like,
because you're
I was
crappy
like,
microphone.
it's not because of that. It's because we used a headset mic.
I have to say, if that was my first one,
Yeah.
and that was my initial level of sassiness, I am shocked and horrified to think about what it was after 6 times of you telling me more sassy.
Yeah, I was like, why is he getting worse?
Happier with your mouth open.
It's because he's
I can't believe he's getting worse. He's
sinking
he's
into
got
the garbage.
He's got the flu and a temperature of 102, and he's stuffed in a closet that's 80 degrees.
I'm
I
kind
don't
of happy
know.
I did that.
I don't know why. You know what? That increasing my body temperature by 5 or 6 degrees killed whatever was in me.
That works.
So it worked out pretty well.
I want to know what is before, because like we'll play the game next week, but we're still gonna do topic of the week and stuff, because that I was thinking reminiscing is fun, but also the whole like bread and butter of our show is topic of the week.
That's
We should do
true.
it during one of the anniversary episodes.
Probably.
So we'll do a topic next week before the games. But I want to know, what's your favorite game that that we've played on the podcast? Quentin, you're Mr. I wanted to play a game.
I know exactly. It's not even a question.
Oh, okay.
The one about reviews. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
What was that called?
Review Guesser.
I loved Review.
That was a lot of fun.
That one was so
Michael
fun.
B came up with that one.
That one was really good.
That was really good.
It was his last.
It was
gift.
Michael B's one and only good idea.
I think my favorite was
that
when
one
I
was
got
great.
Jumanji'd. When you open up a board game and
you got sucked in
I'm
and
tortured for a year.
Right,
and then
one.
My favorite was the one that was an exact duplicate of Squid Games, including people actually
Yeah,
dying.
that
And
one
at
was
the
great.
end, you revealed to me that
we
it was
used to
the
have
real
6
world
people
and
on this
that this is the fake world. That
Yeah.
what I thought was my regular life was actually just all made up.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
That's in
That
one
makes
of the
sense,
first
yeah.
3 episodes.
That's in the Patreon.
Go to the
Go check
Patreon,
that
yeah.
out.
Would it be this is going to sound a little narcissistic.
No, say your.
But I
being a
really liked
narcissist,
Who Wants
we
to
love
have
that.
get an extra life.
That
was a lot of fun. Who Wants an extra
No,
life?
what's
Like,
funny
that
is
was a lot of fun.
I think you did introduce the most fun game. It was really hard to edit because we needed those options on screen.
Yeah.
And that's when I decided that I was like, we need a separate gameplay, like heavily edited videos, because this is a great idea, but I can't do this every podcast.
Right. Yeah.
It was really fun.
But I'm gonna throw it back to you. What's your favorite game that I have inflicted upon you? Because you came up with that. Like, that's great.
Because you've suffered at Devin's hands so
I really
much.
liked that ranking game we played recently, where you have the
that was a fun one.
you were throwing out games and you were
okay.
the blind ranking
the blind
one.
ranking.
That was really fun.
You got a really good short out of that with me.
I did.
Yes, yeah.
I did. Yeah.
That was too. I knew he was setting you up too.
What was so,
I 100% knew he was setting you
What
up.
was so funny about that is that everybody else had a pretty normal, thing. Like I think
your
most of
guys
us.
was-
I can't speak for everybody.
Yeah,
but I was
Quentin's
so
was the most-
satisfied with my list.
I think if I ever make a
And-
short of Quentin's, the MGS fans in the world will get very mad at him.
probably.
For
You know what?
For putting
his actual
I think you
opinion
put Death
down.
Stranding 2 above Metal Gear Solid
Five, yeah. And my point is that Metal Gear Solid fans wouldn't like me anyways because I'm not actually a Metal Gear Solid fan. I'm a Snatcher fan. Okay,
obviously.
Hideo Kojima made one game and it was
Obviously,
good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Zone of the Enders.
and it was Zone of the Enders.
Do you know what's funny is
Which
that,
is good.
Is that
It's good.
initially when I created it, Harrison's list, because like I told you, the list that I had was not. I wasn't just picking them at random. I had a list that was always going to go that way. It wasn't like I just got to, because that's not fair. I could just go like, oh, this one and then this one. I was like, I'm going to give him Battle Network really early to see if he makes the mistake of putting it at 2, because that's a huge mistake. But then I was like, because then he's going to get mad that like Mega Man 0 or something has to go at 1. I didn't think he would leave 1 just wide open the entire time because he was like, I know Legends is going to be in here.
I also
no.
really liked Harrison's game when he made
yeah,
us
that was
literally
fun.
just do the
Pocta
trivia.
That was
Yeah.
Honestly, I think
That was
Pocta
fun.
Trivia Quiz. My favorite games that we've played is Who Wants to Get an Extra Life and Pocta Trivia Quiz. And what I liked about your Pocta Trivia Quiz game was the fact that there was the risk of like, if you said like, and I think that they got it wrong in the real world, you lost a point or gained a point.
really good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I also
Well, because it was, as I was doing research, like I found that they had gotten like some of the questions.
Yeah, actual
wrong.
real world knowledge
Yeah.
won't help you in that game
Right.
because they are
Capcom
wrong.
say?
there were
I think my
several
favorite
Oh, go ahead.
aspect of the trivia quiz, and I don't know if we caught it. I think I did it after we recorded. I'm not too sure, but I had prizes.
You did.
That were tied to the prizes you get in game. Like I had like in the game you get a strange juice, so I think I had like pineapple juice.
Yeah, it was like,
And then like I had like a chocolate bar and pencils as
Oh, it
prizes.
was
right.
you gave
And tea.
Yeah, it was
Tea, yeah.
apple juice, iced tea, chocolate, and
I
pencils.
think we traded them
And-
around.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I know I
Ethan
got
won the chocolate, but he's
It
like,
has soy.
it has
I
soy.
literally
So
can't-
he just gave it to
he's
me.
allergic to
Yeah.
soy, so he
So
couldn't
funny.
have the chocolate. I got the apple juice, and I was so happy because I was looking at all the prizes, and I was like, I don't want any of these, but I do want that apple
I want that
juice.
apple
Yeah.
juice.
And then it worked out. I got the apple. I think that was the second place prize, or second.
yeah,
I think
so.
I
I
think it
don't
was.
remember.
I think it was the second place prize. third
Chocolate
prize.
was the second place. So Ethan definitely got
So
second.
Ethan got second. So I probably got third.
No, I think you won, didn't you?
No, I think
Pencils
first
were the
place
win.
was a tea, second place was pencils.
That's
I think,
right. Ty
I think
won.
Third.
Yeah. So I think I
Or-
probably
Or,
got
no,
third.
Second.
I
place
know
was
I
chocolate.
lost like hard.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
Lost
Point
hardcore.
is that I got the apple juice, and to be clear, I still have some of that apple juice left.
Oh.
It's still good.
Gross.
No, it's still good.
You know, it's a classic.
Oh,
The paddle one, where
More
the
or less.
more or less.
That one's
Yeah.
fun.
More or less is
I
fun.
like that
Even
one.
though,
Why does this
even
us,
though
like,
that's
might come
burned
back.
you.
Random games sometimes tortured me deep
Yeah.
into my soul, but the more or less was always fun.
When you
in
all
the
pull
early
up,
in the early days of More or Less, I did a bad job explaining the idea behind it. Is that like you guys are such like nerds that you want to get it right? Like when I say like how many polygons are in Mario's model, you wanted to get it right. You wanted to know the correct answer. But like the game is to like say something that you like is to play these two. If like it's your turn, you're trying to play these two
right.
against each other because they don't get to confer at all. Like I just have to say like, okay, is there more or less? So if you say a number that Ty would be like, that's dumb, that's less. But Quentin's like, yeah, that sounds like it's spot on. And you split them, you guarantee yourself a point. I was not good about explaining that. I made it sound like a trivia
It
game.
also
Like,
doesn't help that we can glance at each other and immediately know what the other
Uh-huh,
person's
yeah,
gonna do.
yeah.
which, that's
That-
a brother's
That's
thing.
the
Yeah.
thing. Look, guys, obviously the best game was a 2-minute pitch. None of you remember it. But the
Again, that's
the,
Ty's game. I said
the-
my
two- yeah,
game.
no.
the
2-minute pitch. I do remember
No,
that.
2-minute pitch was really fun.
I think
an
my-
idea for a Hitman-like game that
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
is
yeah.
really fun.
I remember.
No,
The reason that I remember 2-minute pitch is because Michael B gave a pitch for a game and it was actually good. Like
Yeah.
you put it to Michael B, or I don't know. Did you put it to Michael B, or did Michael B just
I
start
think
talking?
he just volunteered.
He might have
Yeah.
just
Yeah, I think he just
volunteered it.
started,
That
yeah.
was
That's
how
fine.
it typically went. But he started talking, and all of us were sitting there, and we were just like, "He's going to describe some game that cannot
gonna be
that
DC
already
It-
exists.
It's just
yeah,
DC
online.
Universe
Yeah.
Online,
Just DC
and it's
Universe,
gonna be explained sort of rock bangingly,
It's
you
like
know.
X-rated DCU online, and then
Yeah.
that's what we all.
And so that was
Yeah,
what we
that
were
was
kind of
exactly what it
expecting
was,
was
yeah.
explicit DC Universe Online.
Right.
But then he described a game that I remember being pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I don't
Yeah.
remember what it was, but
Yeah.
I remember it was
I don't
pretty
either.
cool.
I think it was had to do with aliens.
That's what I was going to say too.
Alien abduction.
I
I had the abduction one where you play as an alien.
Oh,
trying to abduct
uh-huh.
people.
Oh,
Yeah.
Michael B's was that you play as an AI that's in a town and you have to help
Oh,
people write
uh-huh.
yeah,
like school papers, or you have to do what an AI would do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Like,
good.
That's pretty.
That's
cool.
pretty good.
Yeah.
No,
You
I
are
really
Chat
like the one, the "Who Are You" one, because it tortures Quentin.
The Who Are You one?
Oh, yeah, where everybody
guess that Nintendo character.
guess
Yeah.
that Nintendo.
Yeah.
That drove me insane.
Yeah, I love
Especially because you gave Ty one that wasn't real.
He did.
Okay, I don't want to hear any complaints
He did.
because me and Ethan never won a single round.
No,
of that
no.
one. We came so close, but we never.
Me
won.
and Ty were the goats.
We were having to look
we were
this
the
up.
goats.
Like, I don't think there's a black falcon.
This
No,
was a
I
legal
ended in
dispute.
A black falcon, like a real black.
Yes, I
falcon, because
remember.
That's the only.
No, that was.
Yeah.
But yes, me and Ty were the goats of that. Me and Ty
I
were
do
gonna.
think that was its best.
you
form.
remember
that one? Next week, when you see the game, there are like 3 rounds that are all just like different versions of. Because
That's so
remember, we
funny.
had the one where like you have to try to say in 5 words what it is.
Yeah.
Do you
that
remember
was
maybe?
fun.
I don't remember which
My
episode.
favorite
Maybe you can
version
put a
of
clip
that.
of this. When me and Ty, he had Monty Mole, and I think it was Monty Mole, right? And he says like one thing, and I just look at him, and I'm like, Monty Mole. Like the confidence, I was like Monty Mole, and both of you
No,
were
no,
so
I
upset.
said nothing. It was that I
Oh!
said
Yeah.
nothing
You
at
didn't
all.
say anything,
You
and
said
I was
nothing.
literally like,
Which
He's
is how
Monty
you,
Mole.
which is how you net 6 points.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you say nothing,
I
But-
just remember the
but let's
fury
just clarify.
was really something.
Ty says I said nothing. The biggest part where that game fell apart was the player's reaction. They're like, "Oh, how am I ever gonna get this?" Okay, now you know it's not Mario, it's not Luigi,
Yeah,
it's
right.
not Sam. It's
Mhm.
like that. That's
yeah,
where
well,
the game
guess
fell
what?
apart.
Then Monty Mole's an even better guess because
Yeah.
Ty, with no reaction, looked at me and I said,
Yeah.
Monty Mole.
No, Ty.
Okay,
that
that-
part. Ty
are you
literally
kidding
went.
me?
Ty looked at me and he was like, "I hate you." Like, there's literally no way that he's gonna get this. And then Quentin went like, "What is it like, Monty Mole?"
It's Monty Mole.
And then Ty like, but see, he
It's
led
Monty
you
Mole.
on. He's like, "There's no way to." You
Right.
thought of
you
each
realize,
character.
yeah, but you understand that you never gave
Well, that's
me
not
Mario.
obviously. No, here's the thing. It's obviously that was actually leading him off because I said he's never going to get it, and his very first
Yeah,
guess
literally
was Monty
first guess
Mole.
was
So
Monty
not
Mole.
he would
How
never
about
get it.
that?
Look at
How
that.
about
If he was never gonna get it, it would have been Che Guevara.
Our following
right.
idea to limit it to characters from Smash Ultimate seemed like
Yeah,
a move,
yeah. That's the
because
thing is that we never played that
Yeah.
version,
we
but
never
we
played
did.
it, but
We
when
did.
we were talking about it
decide
later.
to
We were
limit
like,
it, yeah.
instead of
It was too wide.
it was too
Yeah.
wide because
We should have done themes.
You're gonna have to tell me when
Yeah.
those episodes were. Maybe we need to just do a full
maybe
episode.
you just need to
that-
watch the
I know.
episode.
No, I was,
You
you know,
watch
I
it.
was gonna
You
say
need to go
we
watch
need to start
them.
doing compilation
What's my
videos
bumper
eventually.
in the last one? What's
I
the
have.
reminiscent bumper?
It was a bunch of us playing the Nintendo 64,
Yeah.
and it was actual
Great.
footage of us as children.
Great. Yeah, that's
Is that
great.
right? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
It was
we want to put our children photos on the internet.
exactly. But I think we need to start doing supercuts.
Okay.
We need to do a supercut of every.
I'm fine
game.
with great clips.
Great.
You know, that's where you get your hair done. I know that for sure. Okay.
You think I have my hair done?
No,
I don't have
no.
enough of it for great
No,
clips.
no,
all right?
no.
I also
All
love
right.
how like the general. I'm not as much of a middle child as you, Ethan, because like the first 6 years of my life I was not a middle child, but for most of my life I was in the middle technically.
Mhm.
But it's just funny that
If you say so.
the energy between
Kind of.
these two.
I think there was basically
It's
just
just
two.
insane.
I think there was basically just two last
I
children.
was an only
right?
child because the rest of my parents just adopted pets after me,
Mhm.
Right.
Because
Mhm.
they're
Let's be
animals.
honest.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what
it was
we
more just like that Ethan had two younger brothers, and both of them were the youngest child, and then there was Ty,
They
who
were
was the
both the
oldest.
babies of
They were
Yeah,
both
yeah.
the babies of the family, and then Ethan was a middle
No,
child.
you're
and,
like you show up in textbooks when they're like middle child.
Yes.
You have nothing else.
Like, take
Mhm.
your zodiac signs and stuff them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right?
Which
because
child are you?
I don't
Yeah.
I don't care which horse-faced Babylonian deity was smiling or frowning on me when I was born.
Right.
I am
That doesn't
far
matter.
more shaped by the insane people
Yeah.
that came right before me and right after
yeah,
me.
yeah.
This is the thing you wouldn't know from watching the Power Up Club is Devin was the most irresponsible of all of us
I
growing up.
was, yeah.
By a long shot, you were the most irresponsible.
No, absolutely.
And you're by far the most responsible right
Yeah.
now.
I think
Yeah.
think like I
got it all out of your
transferred
system.
it all to Quentin.
Yeah.
Because Quentin
Mhm.
as a young child you weren't.
No, as a little kid, I was very. I was.
Yeah.
I think I was a very.
Studious.
Then you
I was
hit
very
like
studious.
16 and you just exploded.
Oh yeah, once I
Yeah.
became I think around 13 was the decline, and I was
Yeah.
just like, I'm gonna get into a lot of stuff, and that never stopped.
No.
That never ended,
No.
But I think that a topic.
Oh.
I gotta put in a topic because you all just reminded me
Okay,
of one.
great.
So I'm thinking about how our birth order and the space between us, how that affected what generations of
Interesting.
games.
Put it in the
we were
topic
into.
bag.
That's going in
Fair.
the topic bag.
And I'm really honestly like, the Patreon's cool. Making money off of something you work on is neat.
Yeah.
It's a neat idea.
Very gratifying.
We live in a world that kind of makes it not look so neat because people don't do great things with it. But we appreciate any dollars you can send our way.
and specifically $35,000
No, don't
that
do
I
that.
Unmarked
listen,
bills.
Mark Bills, if you ever
Yeah.
want to see your family.
Listen.
Quinn will send you
I
his
have-
toe in the mail.
Yeah, exactly.
I've gotten into a situation. I need. Listen here, okay? I need.
He's been in it for the past year.
I
which is why
need-
he's begging.
I need $35,000 by September 30th. Okay.
right.
I also need
You should have
800.
said a date that was in the past.
I also need $800 to pay off some debt, and I also need about $15 to get a sandwich. There's not a lot of food in my home. Okay.
I'm gonna get back
So-
to the heartwarm,
That's an
like the
expensive
heartfelt
sandwich.
expression.
It's an expensive.
yeah.
Subscribe to the Patreon, or I will be killed. Okay. So
I mean,
No,
Yeah.
I'm very
I
excited
owe him some money.
for the potential of you guys giving us topics.
Money.
Like,
Right.
I'm very
Topics.
psyched for that.
Yeah.
I've been going back through because I like read a lot of the comments, and I really enjoy a lot of the comments. We
we have a lot of great viewers.
I like that one comment where the guy implied we were pedophiles.
that one, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was like a
That's
really.
my
I don't think
favorite
I saw
comment.
that one.
It was a really heartfelt expression. Well, what's funny
Wait,
is
what?
YouTube
That was a
will,
heartfelt
just throw it like into.
You know, YouTube censors all of my comments.
I can't imagine.
Can't imagine
why.
I don't know why.
Why?
The last one I
It's
did
not
was
weird.
really, really nice, and you can only see it if you sort by newest.
wow.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can't.
They don't highlight my comments
Yeah.
any single time.
I've actually gone into the channel and made sure that.
Yeah, that's a setting we turned
He
on.
all
deleted
those.
your-
Yeah,
I'm
I've
shadow
deleted
banned.
it. Yeah,
is
he's
what I'm
shadow
getting.
banned.
No. It's not in the shadows.
You're just banned.
You're just banned.
Openly.
If you were in a Kojima game, would you be shadow banned, man?
Yeah,
He would
shadow.
be.
I would be
Yeah.
shadow banned.
Yeah,
He'd
absolutely.
be Shadow Hedgehog Band Man.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing about shadow banned man. Okay, you don't know if he's shadow banned from the chat or if he's in a band and he wears a dark skin
And
suit.
it's both.
It's
Yeah.
both.
And it's both.
It could be
Yeah.
both.
He plays the upright bass wearing a black skin suit. He's
Yeah.
in a band and occasionally says something racist, and so
Yeah,
his
that's
comments
great.
get
You
censored.
telling me that's not in Death Stranding too?
Yeah.
Probably is.
So if you want to get
Yeah,
your topic
probably.
on the show, go to patreon.com/power.
Do it.
But guess what? You don't have to do that. Just thanks for being here.
Thanks for
Yeah.
being
Subscribe.
No, 35,000.
That
They're
helps
going to
way
kill
better.
me. They'll kill me. You need to
The podcast
subscribe.
could get-
Flip that coin, guys.
Yeah.
Be better.
Well, let's
Yeah.
see what happens.
Our most viewed episode is just me, Ty, and Michael B.
Yeah.
so
I was gonna say,
that's
and-
not true anymore.
and-
That was true for a while, but
And that was
not
the best.
true
We didn't even reminisce about that. I remember for
Yeah.
like months of the podcast after.
Didn't feel like
Me-
fair to reminisce about the best time we had.
I was just
without
no.
you.
Yeah,
Me
no.
and Ethan were not present, so
Yeah.
Michael B and Ty and Devin were there. Michael B didn't talk, and so he's just sitting in the corner with like a hand warmer.
Yeah.
And Ty and Devin are talking, and it was the single
Yeah.
best episode of the podcast, bar none. And for months, I would just say, I don't even know why you and Ty just don't have a pod. I don't even know why we're here. If me and Ethan could just collect royalties from the brand, and you and
It
Ty
was
do your
weird
thing.
that it has only been very recently that you have not been on an episode.
My first.
And it was like 2 episodes in a row, like
Yeah.
back to
Yeah.
back. I'm like, this is bizarre.
That was
Failure,
different.
basically,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
what we're
He, I
saying.
mean, he was
Yeah.
literally in PAX
What-
East,
was at
and
PAX,
Yeah.
you know.
I literally
I'm not
went
counting
to
that
PAX
one.
East.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Those
yeah.
were the 2 that I missed.
Yeah.
Was because of PAX.
He went to PAX.
Be-
Yeah.
I
No,
wasn't.
there's- I
I
feel like
wasn't
there's
at
Just one for being
Yeah, but
sick.
you're sick for one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
That's
sick
true.
after PAX. That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
There-
Is that like? Well, I wasn't literally at PAX when I missed it, but I
Right.
got back and I had too much going on.
Yeah.
and then I got sick. But
That
that
was
is true.
bizarre. It was bizarre
Yeah.
because like even so everyone else has rotated out at some point.
Well, Ty
Devin's been-
hasn't. Ty's been in every
I
episode.
was gonna say Ty and Devin
No,
have
there was
been
one
truest,
episode
right?
where it was just me,
I've
Quinn, and
missed
Ethan.
one.
That was
yeah.
Ty. That was Ty's first one. I've
Yeah.
missed 2. Ty's only missed 1.
that is
Yeah.
the most unhinged episode of this whole
I've got less
show.
going
easily.
on.
I also
I
That was my
love-
favorite episode. I just talked about
Uneditable.
Gilgamesh.
Yeah, I was about to say the
Uneditable.
me, Ethan, and Harrison one is very special to me because it was
I
there
love
was
that the camera
I think that was the only episode that like you could tell Quinn actually liked being here.
Yes, yeah. It was the only time I liked being here, mostly because there was no producer.
Yeah, I
and
love
so-
that the camera is so cockeyed.
It's so bad.
The whole time.
Yes.
It
The
really
lighting's terrible, and I was just like, I can't leave.
Like, you die.
It
The
will all-
Power Up Brothers
It took me-
dies
it all
with you.
falls apart.
Like audiophiles will notice that it took me like 3 episodes to fix
Keep them
whatever
away
you
from
guys
my audio.
fix whatever you guys did to the mixer. Like our
I never
mixer,
did
yeah,
touch it.
yeah. I don't know, but it like
I got to be honest, I don't remember.
You don't remember.
I don't.
He blacked out.
No,
for
I was
that
gonna say,
whole
I'm gonna be
episode.
honest. For certain reasons, that night I only remember maybe 25% of that recording, but I went back and watched it and I loved it. So I was like, so if I futzed with the sound equipment, I wouldn't be able to tell you if that happened.
No, I know.
I don't know if
I
it
know.
happened.
I've
Yeah, I
fixed
think
it
it was
now.
like a great
I've fixed
episode.
it now.
It was really fun making it. I remember that
happened.
too.
That's why, yeah, when me and Quinn did some tests for a podcast, we didn't have a camera.
No, there was no camera.
No.
There was no.
No.
Here's what
Don't
I.
even mess it up.
This is basically the point. You and Ty need a podcast.
Okay, we'll do
Me,
a separate
Ethan, and
podcast.
Harrison need a podcast. Me and
Okay.
you need a podcast.
Just
Me
a-
and Ty.
Ethan need a Star Trek podcast.
Me and Ty need a podcast.
Right.
Me and Harrison
Cameron
need a podcast.
needs a podcast on her own.
Cameron needs a podcast
I
on
need
her
no-
own.
where she
No
talks to
other help.
animals.
No
Harrison and Cameron need a podcast.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
2 hours of silence.
And then
Yeah.
People put it on to go to sleep.
And then
it's
the-
just white noise.
and then the
breathing.
best one is me and Michael B need a podcast.
Oh yeah.
That one.
You
It's
would not
just
do
shouting.
that.
It's just shouting.
shouting.
Okay,
and
it's
fight.
it's just shouting.
Yeah.
We're saying
Periodically, Kyle shows up to murder you.
anti-Irish slurs, anti-Italian slurs. It could never be uploaded
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
right. You're kicked off Rumble.
The only
It gets
place it's
kicked off
hosted
Rumble.
online is a government database.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So,
Well, guys, thank you guys for being here. If you're still
Thank you
here,
so
I'm
much.
amazed.
Here's
It's-
to
yeah.
50 more, and then we quit.
And then we
here's
yeah.
to part 3 where
no,
we did what
we're
we were gonna do in
reminiscing
part 2.
about a year, but like we're in this for the long haul. We
Dude,
really
yeah.
love doing this.
Thank you
We
so much
are.
for listening. Thank
Yeah.
you so much
The
for
4
listening.
of us are in it for the
Some
long
of us.
haul. Like, yeah.
I don't know.
I say me
You're
and,
on
me and,
probation.
me and
Yeah.
Harrison, we're gonna leave this podcast with like a bindle on our back, carrying our stuff in shame.
Yeah.
But thank you for listening to us ramble in this
Yeah,
incredibly.
thank you.
Good luck editing this one, you douchebags. Okay, there's so
Harrison,
much.
you got this one. Right?
So much.
You got
I like
it.
how we talked about video games for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly
the
my
reminiscent
point.
one.
That's
Every time we talk about our podcast, we're talking about video games because it's
This is
a
a
video
video
game
game
podcast.
podcast.
There you go.
Here's to
Unfortunately.
52 more episodes.
Yeah,
52
we're not
more
gonna miss
episodes.
another
When we
week.
finish our
That's right.
final,
Yeah.
when we finish the final reminisce one next week.
Yeah, part
and
3.
then it's into those 52 next episodes.
That's
there
right.
you go.
And hey, maybe I'll do the opening for 7.
No,
Oh,
Oh my
gosh.
God,
Don't
look at
get
that.
ambitious.
Okay.
Wow,
fine, I'll be
that's
quiet.
all right. Never mind.
Sorry about
guys,
it.
Yeah,
thanks for
how
being
dare
here.
you.
If you're still here, go down to the comments and tell us your favorite Ethan opening. There's
Yeah,
6 of them. See if you can go
absolutely.
find them.
Absolutely.
find them.
See if you can
And
go find
tell us your favorite
Hey,
game.
I'll give you your first one. Episode 35, he gets really close to saying where we all sound the same, but then he doesn't say it. He bails and doesn't say it.
Tell
Go
us
to-
your favorite Ethan opening. Tell us your
opening.
favorite game.
Favorite
Tell us
game.
your favorite Quentin catchphrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us your favorite when Ty was funny. Tell us your
Yeah.
favorite
Shouldn't be
when
hard.
Devin
It's only been a
wasn't
couple of
funny.
times.
Tell
Right.
us your favorite when Ethan didn't talk. Tell us your favorite time Cameron was on screen. And tell us your favorite time that Harrison wasn't on screen.
Oh,
That's
and
great.
tell us if you know who this Ethan guy is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you find him.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, and tell us our favorite guest so that we can make the two of them fight.
If you
Yeah.
find him, turn his mic down and shove him in a dark corner.
That's right.
That's what we do.
Correct.
Put him in the proverbial
Yeah,
locker.
thanks to our producers, Cameron.
Yeah.
Show them your faces.
Wave.
Guys, we
Hi.
had
Thank
double
you.
the producers.
Hello.
Can you
And the
believe
production's
this?
never been worse. I don't
Never
know.
been
Yeah, how did that happen?
We're
We're
way
gonna
over
go back to
time.
0 producers and maybe it'll be okay.
But yeah, guys, thanks for being here. See you next week.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So long.
Goodbye.
See you later. See you for
Goodbye.
the 3rd episode.
Part 3.